Hey everyone, Jeff coming at you from my channel, Comics and Tattoos, and today I have another CGC unboxing for you, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, Jeff coming at you from my channel, Comics and Tattoos, and today I have another CGC unboxing for you. So today I have two submissions, two boxes. They literally came in, took them about 3.5 weeks to enter them into the system, and they literally went into ready to grade and then right out within a day or two. So the second box was like right before that 20-day mark. So they're still within their times. Not the quick turnaround, the 2-week turnaround I was getting, but who can complain? Still pretty good, so I can't complain. So this time I got back to 19 of 25 for each 9.8 pre-screens. So I'm going to chalk up last one as getting somebody who was unhappy or just had a bad day or not quite sure. So that just reinforces to me a little bit that I might submit another box of rejections just to kind of see. But I'm going to be holding off for a little bit. My membership expired on the July 31st, and I'm going to try to hold off a little bit. I got a bunch of stuff going, but I would need to list some stuff. So again, I'll be listing some of the stuff on eBay. Again, my eBay, Jeff44060, if you're interested. Before I get into it, the one box I made a little mistake and I submitted 26 books instead of 25. It's supposed to be 25 because that's really all that fits in a box when they send them back. So they literally submitted, took the one book and made it a separate submission and charged me the extra $5 and an extra $15 to ship it separate. So that book is X-Men 15, Psylocke, a Mark Brooks Convention Center. Cover C. I will pop it here. I submitted B and it was rejected. And I got the trade, but I didn't submit it. So again, that might be something that might go back around. Not a huge book, but I'm a big Mark Brooks and a Psylocke fan. So that one got separated. I got one box one day, another box today, and the other one got separated and will be delivered tomorrow. So anyway, so without further ado, I'm just going to show you one book of this. It is the Totally Rad Shikari Psylocke book, or Scarlet Witch book. There's a set of these. I've had a couple of these before. Obviously, I've sent them. These sell really well, so I bought another 2 sets. So there's a total of 10. All of them hit the 9.8. I just submitted 3 of these into the Elizabeth Olsen signing, and CGC just notified me that Elizabeth Olsen refused to sign the books. So they're basically going to be sending them, putting them back into the case and refunding me and sending them back. So a little disappointed in that. I was in a chat room and told a couple people in some popular YouTube video blog, and a couple people told me basically that I should have expected that. So I didn't think they were that bad. Obviously, they're not the nudies, so I would maybe expect a little pushback or something on that. But again, yeah, a little disappointed. So again, if I would have known, I would have sent something different. So I looked at some other books and think about it. Maybe she'll have another one and I'll think about it. So I mean, into movie variants with pictures of the actors on the covers. Thor Dark World Prelude with Chris Hemsworth on the cover. I did submit some for Hemsworth signing, and hopefully I will be as lucky to get some 9.8s with the signature on them. That would be awesome. I think I sent one like this, and there's a couple others. So I have a couple few. I'm probably going to be selling a few because obviously I'm going to have a few. So cool book. Again, I think the movie variants are pretty cool. Anytime an actor signs something, anything with an actor's picture on the cover just skyrockets. Next up, Marvel Captain America Civil War Prelude 1 with Robert Downey Jr. on the cover. Anything with Robert Downey Jr. for me always sells. This cover is really hard to get. In a 9.8, it's pretty expensive. I've gotten a couple even with some ticks on it, and they've sold for a nice pretty penny. So this is the runner-up. and I'm going to put them up there and see what happens. Yeah. And this is a second one. Again, specking on Robert Downey Jr. Next up is Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man 1 with Tom Holland. Would be really cool if Tom Holland had a signing. I picked up a couple of these before and sold them for a nice pretty penny because they hit a top 10. I went back to a person on eBay that had a bunch of them listed, and I did the typical offer for like a handful of them, and he only wanted to give me $1 or $2 off, and I didn't want to take that deal, so I just bought like 3 at the regular price he had them listed. And once he saw that, he immediately canceled the offer and turned around and doubled the price. So these are going pretty penny. So I started looking around on other websites, and this is when I found Comic Hub, comichub.com. Searches titles throughout the United States and will list where they're at, and you can buy them from comic book stores around the United States. The only thing is sometimes the inventory isn't accurate, so I had a couple canceled, and you don't get to see a picture or a condition, so you're taking your chance a little bit. But I took a chance on a couple of these and even got some on Mercari. I've been doing some Mercari lately. I had pretty good luck. So do the math. I have a few of these, and there's a couple more in the next submission. So that's my first submission. We get into the next submission. So this is the older copper and bronze. So this is more special to me. I think those are easier. Anybody can submit brand new books and get them, 9.8s, especially when they're like the cardstock covers, like the Scarlet Witch books. But copper and browns, those are a little bit older. I mean, you're talking about some books that are 30, 40 years old. So again, my favorite time, a lot of X-Men in the bronze. So, and as usual, I'm specking on some Secret Wars, number 1. And I have a couple more of these. So, cooling off a little bit, but I think overall the comic market is cooling. But again, they're going to make a Secret Wars, and I believe that this one will be coming back around in the next couple of years. Number 3, Titania and Volcana. And I got a couple of these. 2. Next up, number 6 is the cameo of Julia Carpenter, the second Spider-Woman. And number 7 is the first appearance of Julia Carpenter, the next Spider-Woman on the cover here. I submitted a couple more, but they were rejected. So I did buy a bunch of them. These spiked. I believe they made an announcement of who the actress was going to be. So I will be looking to probably submit some more of these, because I'm sure this one is going to be a hot book again when she comes back around and is playing Spider-Woman. Famous actress, I cannot think of her name. And the classic Doom cover. Another 3 of these. I found some online. Relatively really good price, and you hit that 9.8, it's definitely worth it. Classic cool cover. Okay, so let's get away from some deep Secret Wars. Next up is a New Mutants 26 versus Legion. Xavier's son. Little bit of pull away from the staple here. So I bought a couple of these. They were New Mint Plus. Was a little unsure because sometimes CGC can be a little spotty about some little minor stuff. So I wasn't sure that it was going to get it. And again, there was a couple that I thought for sure was going to get it, and a couple that wasn't quite sure. And, the ones I wasn't quite sure did, and the ones that I thought for sure would didn't. So again, who knows? But cool book. Love my first appearances. I have another one just like it, so I might be submitting that one too. Next up, another Spider-Man number 1 in silver. Got 2 of these, 2 more of these. The yellow covers were rejected, but I bought a bunch of these. Again, there's somebody on eBay listing these for the silver and the yellow for $20 a copy, near mint plus, and they're beautiful copies. So if you're really looking to get them raw, check them out on eBay while they last. Next up, X-Men 164. Carol Danvers becomes binary. One I was gonna buy. I was thinking about buying it because I love my first appearances, and glad I didn't because I got it at a relatively good price and hit the 9.8, and I have a second, so I'll be keeping one and listing one. I have seen some stuff. I think there's a pop that is showing that Carol Danvers is to become binary or some type of form of that in the Marvel movie. Currently for November, but we'll see if it gets delayed and if that's actually true. But normally when stuff comes out with toys, it's usually a pretty good indication that the rumor is true. Next up, X-Men 4, First Omega Red. This about this second one I have of this one, but I've submitted so many of these. Finally good to see some 9.8s coming through. First Omega Red, this book was really hot during the pandemic. They kept saying that he was supposed to be a Falcon Winter Soldier. But again, pretty cool book. Jim Lee. Copy double. Uncanny X-Men 207. Cool Wolverine, John Romita Jr. This is, I think, like the third one I've submitted. So I would like to go back and probably look at the other ones that I've submitted. Again, I have a bunch of boxes of, they put them in Gemini mailers. I have a bunch of Gemini mailers returned from CGC that were rejected. But again, I'm definitely going to be putting a submission together and sending it back to see just how sure they are about that. Cool cover. Okay, and last but not least, a couple more of the Spider-Man. Definitely gonna be hanging on to these. I don't think Tom Holland's gonna be going anywhere anytime soon. Again, it would be really cool if he would do a signing. I've seen some of these asking price of like $1,800 or $2,000 with his signature on. I think that's a little crazy, but again, some cool issues. Yeah. So if you like what you saw, you could please comment, like, and subscribe. And again, the best books to buy are the ones that you love. Peace out.